Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Can't wait to dive into this brand new episode where we're going over one of the best exercise physiology clinical studies that I've ever seen over a 2-year period of time, done on average age, middle-aged adults, improving their heart age by 20 years. So pretty impressive study. And this was stopped after 2 years. If it kept going, maybe we'd see even more. So first study was done, conducted by Curtin University, Dr. Ben Levine, and Prescription for Life. I don't know if there's a corresponding book with this, but of course, I'll give you that book recommendation if I do find that. But I also wanted to give you just the action steps that you can take because this is pretty remarkable. So again, reducing your heart age by up to 20 years. Average age in this study was 53 years old. It was 4 to 5 sessions per week, averaging about 30 minutes. So not too long, 30, 40 minutes. And it was 2 more high intensity workouts or exercises. I'll give you those in just a second. 2 moderate exercise sessions, which is more around zone 2. And I'll talk about those. And then 1 to 2 strength training sessions per week. So really like not a massive amount, right? When we look at this overall. So when we're looking at like total cardio, we're doing 1 longer session, which is about an hour, a high intensity interval session, which is about 30 minutes. So we've got an hour and a half, and then 2 other 30-minute sessions, right? So now we've got 2.5 hours. And so when we look at that, that is right about that threshold, which is always talked about, of the 150 minutes per week. That's why when you look at this, it's been stated over and over and over. The human body and heart, number 1 cause of all-cause mortality is something to do with your heart, right? It's the age of your heart. And now we know you can reduce the age of your heart by doing this. And it keeps pointing back to, no matter what we try to do, 150 minutes per week. But this gave a better clinical result because of something called the Norwegian 4x4. Now, I've done a whole podcast on this, so I'm going to link that up. I'm not going to get too wild and crazy in this one, but it's at stephencabral.com/3317. And I'll also link up the previous podcast and then the show notes and the big takeaways. All right. Norwegian 4x4 is 4 minutes of high intensity interval training. So you are on a treadmill or on a bike or something where you're pushing your heart rate to basically the max. Now, you do need to maintain that for 4 minutes. So it's not the max of what you would do for a 30-second hill sprint, but it's the max of what you can do for 4 minutes straight. You should not be able to talk to the person next to you for more than 1 word. You should not be able to, like I said, carry on a conversation. It is a max effort. That's what it should feel like. So rate of perceived exertion, a 9 out of 10. That's what it should feel like. All right, for 4 minutes. Then 3 minutes of rest. So it's active rest. You are walking or it's a light jog or you're moving. All right, so that's what you're doing. I'm basically walking when I do the 3 minutes. And then you're doing that 4 times, right? So we look at, all right, 4 minutes plus 3 walking, that's a 7-minute interval. And we're doing that 4 times. So 7 times 4 is 28, but we're taking off that last 3 minutes. Or you can do that as part of your cool down. In the study, they used about a 10-minute warm-up and a 10-minute cool down. And I do recommend that. There's no way that you should just dive into a 4-minute all-out sprint. So 10-minute light jog, 10-minute light bike, and then you can get right into it. And again, it could be done on an elliptical, a free run, or it could be done on a lot of different things. So you just have to be able to get your heart rate up. And so you just want to make sure that you're at a 9 out of 10 rate of perceived exertion. All right. The next one is a hour to an hour and a half of a longer cardio session. This is zone 2 into zone 3. So for the average person, that would be a heart rate of around 130 to 140, like maximum. So it's not light, it's not easy, but it's a sustained effort for about an hour period of time, up to an hour and a half. So it could be a longer distance jog. It could be a bike. They even quoted in the study, it could be dancing. That's a lot of dancing for an hour and a half. But you can do that. And also, by the way, these individuals worked up to this. You don't need to start here. I didn't start just doing 4x4 Norwegians. I worked up literally 2 minutes, then 3 minutes, then 4 minutes. And so I recommend working your way up to that 4 minutes because there's no rush, because this was a 2 2-year study. And then they had the 2 recovery sessions. These are important. These are only 20 to 30 minutes, but they're done the day after the hard workouts. So they're recovery-based sessions, zone 2. For most people, it's about a heart rate of 110 to 120, 130 maximum. So that's going to be your zone 2. All right. And then 1 to 2 strength training sessions per week. So I wanted to make this even easier because it can kind of seem like a little obtuse. Like, what does all this mean? How do I make it work in my daily life? I actually made a really simple schedule. So this isn't the exact one I use. I can give you that on a different show, but this is a great one to get started, especially for beginners. So here it is. It is only 4 days per week. So more days than not, right? There's 7 days a week. You want to train more days than not, but it has everything in there. So let's go over it. Monday, big Monday. Again, you can make this on the weekend, by the way. So like if you have more time on the weekend and you have less time on Mondays and Tuesdays, no problem. Just switch the days. But here's what it looks like. 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 2 days off. All right. So Mondays is going to be the Norwegian 4x4 workout. So that's going to be your 10-minute warm up, 4-minute sprint. But again, you're going to work up. You're going to start at a minute or 2 minutes, and then you're just going to kind of gradually work up. So 1 minute for 4 sprints, week 1. Week 2 might be 90 seconds. Week 3 might be 2 minutes. You can just take your time working up. Monday, Norwegian 4x4. Carve out about 40 minutes. All right, Tuesday, weight training. That's your strength training session for 20 to 30 minutes, plus a 20 to 30 minute recovery cardio session. And that's just zone 2 on the bike. Heart rate's about 120 beats per minute, maybe 130, and you're just moving. That's it. You're just moving. Easy. That is no more than 40 minutes to an hour. Wednesday, off day, just walking, regular walking. Thursday, long cardio session, 1 hour. What happens if you can't run for an hour or bike for an hour? You just walk, run. Just walk. You just work your way up. That's all. On Friday, we've got our second weight training session, 20 to 30 minutes, full body workout, and then 20 to 30 minutes recovery ride. That's it. Bike, rowing, cardio, elliptical, whatever you like. And then you've got Saturday and Sunday off. So this is a realistic schedule. Worst case scenario for all of these, you're dedicating 1 hour out of your 16 hours being awake a day to your health, wellness, and longevity by doing this. That's how I look at it. Like, that's how I had to justify it to myself. I'm saying, like, you can't start this when you're 65. I mean, you can, and it's going to work. Get that heart rate down to 45, right? 20-year decrease, but you need to start now. It's always easier to start now than it is 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So start now. And it's 1 hour carved out of your day. What if you say, like, oh, I don't have an hour? Okay. Can you do 20 minutes of strength training in the morning or cardio in the morning and then do your 20 minutes at night for the other thing? Like, you could do that maybe. And then you only need then 40 minutes for that Norwegian protocol. And then you need one long 1 hour day. And you might have to find that on a Saturday or Sunday. So my week, my long run, actually, that hour and a half is on a Saturday. So that's my long day because I wake up early. My daughters typically sleep in on Saturday. And so what do? Great. I'll use that time to run. And so that's what I've been doing. Now, you'll find out what works for your schedule, but this is realistic. And again, we can't get away from the 150 minutes a week of exercise. Now, this is a big caveat. When they say 150 minutes, they don't mean strength training. I wish they did. I like strength training more than I could do cardio. What they say by that is they mean elevated heart rate, sustained. So they're really talking about cardio, truthfully. Again, if we're being unbiased, they're really talking about cardio. They're talking about 150 minutes, which is 30 minutes, 5 days a week, or about 35 minutes, 40 minutes, 4 days a week. That'll get you there. That's the prescription for life, which is, by the way, a great name by Dr. Ben Levine. I'm going to link up the clinical research, but if you do this and you continue it, you can really expect these same results. That's the amazing thing. Copy this clinical trial. Average age was 53 years old. They were older, they were younger. You can do this. You can make it happen. Let me hear how you're going to get started. I would love to hear that in the comments. And of course, for all the show notes, head on over to stephencabral.com/3317. Have an amazing rest of the day. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything. Functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.